We'll start first with Aaron Ladd. Go ahead, Aaron.
Hey, congrats on the win. You had a really tumultuous week physically wise. Were you going to play? Were you not going to play? At what point in the game did you feel like, all right, I'm feeling good and I'm ready to rock?
I felt good from the warm-ups on. We did a good job as far as rehabbing, getting myself ready to go, and I feel like I was myself out there, and we were able to go out there and score points and find a way to win against a really good football team.
Go next to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Patrick. This game would obviously be a huge game regardless, but what's sort of just the magnitude of playing in Tom Brady against a game like this?
Yeah, I mean, the Super Bowl is the Super Bowl. Being able to go up against one of the greatest, if not the greatest quarterback of all time in his 150th Super Bowl, I mean, it's going to be a great experience for me. I mean, to go out there and have a chance to repeat and get to do it against the best. I mean, it's something special, and I'm excited for the opportunity.
Let's go next to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Patrick, what exactly is going to be your game plan going forward? I mean, how much are you going to allow yourself to enjoy this versus, when you're going to start looking at film and really getting into the Super Bowl?
I mean, I'll start looking at film tomorrow. I mean, we're in COVID protocol, so I can't really do much, but celebrate with Brittany and my brother. But I'll be excited to do that tonight. But I mean, our goal from the beginning of the season was to win the Super Bowl, not to get to it. So I'll be on the film tomorrow.
Let's go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Congratulations, Patrick. Just wanted to ask you, what worked so well for both Tyreek and Travis when you were allowed to throw the ball without having to move as much?
Yeah, I mean, those guys just know how to get themselves open. I mean, they're obviously super talented, but they understand our offense to a crazy degree. And so I thought EB did and Coach Reed did a great job of designing plays for them to get them open, and they were able to get open in zone or man coverage, and I just got them the ball.
Let's go next to Vahe Gregorian.
Hey, Patrick, congratulations. Brad, I'll have one follow-up too. Patrick, I wonder if you might be able to tell us, it looked like you went over to McCole pretty quickly after the punt to try to tell him something along the lines of, we need you, or something to that effect. What did you try to establish there?
Yeah, I mean, I just told him to keep his head up. I mean, we've been in that situation before. So I told him he's gonna make a play in this game that's gonna change the game, and he made multiple of them. So we believe in each other. We think that we're gonna do whatever it takes to win, and those guys did that.
Let's go next to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Patrick, congratulations. It sounded like at the AFC title podium, one of the things you said was jobs not finished. I was wondering if that was an intentional tribute to Kobe Bryant, what went behind it, and why that mentality means something to you.
Yeah, I mean, Kobe has the one of the best mentalities of all time as far as a competitor going out there and winning championships, not just winning games. And I take a lot from that, going out there every single day and not being satisfied with where you're at. And like I said, the job's not finished. When we went into the season, we weren't talking about going to the Super Bowl. We were talking about winning it again, and we're trying to run it back. And we mean that, and I'm excited for the opportunity to go out there and play against a great football team and try to do that.
We'll take two more. We'll go Arnie and then Steve. Go ahead, Arnie.
Hey, Patrick. Andy talked about how in the AFC Championship a couple years ago that after the overtime loss, Tom Brady came and talked to you, and he said it was a special moment for you. Can you just tell me what it meant for you in your career as a young guy, what it meant when Tom came and talked to you afterwards?
Yeah, it just kind of reemphasized that I was doing things the right way, that I was putting in the right work, and that I would have more opportunities to be in these games. And I've been lucky enough to be in two more of them since and win both of those. And so get to go up against a great football team as well. And so I'm excited for the opportunity.
We'll go last to Steve Walls. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, congrats, Patrick. I want to ask you about the offensive line. It seems like they made a point today to put in some work and play pretty solid. Can you talk about the job that they did?
Yeah, I mean, those guys have just been battling. They've been battling. They've accepted the challenge. When they play the way they've played these last two games, we're a hard team to beat. And so we put that on them. I mean, we tell them that. We reemphasize that as we go as they go. And as they play with that attitude and that mentality to finish and to do their job, you see our offense does special things.
Patrick, we appreciate that. First with Therese Paylor. Go ahead, Therese.
Hey, Cass, congratulations, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Feels good, dog.
No doubt. I want to ask you a little bit about football. Awesome touchdown catch you had. I was hoping you kind of walk me through the concept and what happened. It looked like mesh but like, what did you see and what happened on the play?
Well, there's actually a pretty familiar route concept for a lot of people in the red zone. You can get a lot of people mixed up in the play action and the wash of what's really going on in the backfield. And then you put me and Tyreek, one in the back of the end zone, one in the front of the end zone, and hope that one of us can win our matchups, thinking that it's a man coverage. And sure enough, everybody forgot about me, so I was just wide open. I'll tell you what, though, man, it's always just a little bit awkward when Pat puts it up like that, man, because you're open, but you don't know how open you are. So it's just waiting for that thing to come down. Felt like it took forever.
Go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Travis, when did you know this week that not only Pat was going to play, but he was going to play and be the Pat that you know? When did you know that was something you saw in practice, anything like that?
Honestly, I left the game last week to see his excitement for the win in the locker room. I know he had to go through protocols and all of that, but he never seemed like he wasn't himself. He never seemed like there was ever a doubt in his mind that he was going to play in this game. And I think it was just kind of letting everything play out in terms of the protocols or the concussion protocol. And but he was out there dialed in, throwing the ball all over the field and making the right decisions. And sure enough, today, man, he played his A game and led us to the Super Bowl, man.
The last two, Steve and then Matt. What's Steve?
Hey, what's up, Trav? Hey,
Steve.
Not much. We all know you're a veteran in this league, right? But week to week, no matter who is guarding you, it seems like you still find a way to consistently be a problem for defenses. How is it that it looks like you're still getting better, man, or is it all just routine for you?
That's all I know how to do is attack the day, find a weakness or find something that I can get better at when I'm in the building, when I'm out on the practice field. When I watch film, I'm my worst critic, man. I tell myself I'm a scrub all the time when I see myself not doing something the right way or getting locked up. And there were a few plays out here, man. That's a good football team right there. Don't let the score, get it twisted. That team can play some football. I think we just had the quarterback back there that can make all the right plays and all the right throws. And sure enough, today he was just flawless. And it led us to victory.
Last to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Travis, congratulations.
Thank you.
Last year was really emotional for you, going through from the AFC title game all the way to the parade. It was a big deal. Is this year different? Is the emotional, where you are right now, mindset-wise, different than it was a year ago right now?
Man, I think it's different in a way of I can't really put my finger on it, man. It's almost like it's a little bit more exciting. I feel like last year it was a question of whether or not we belonged, and this year it was let's go out and prove to ourselves that we are who we are, and the resiliency, how we're gonna handle adversity. I just love this team, man. This team has helped me in life in so many different ways, just because of how we handle adversity and how we win football games, and how we just keep getting better. And I love it here, man. I can't wait to go down to Tampa in 2 weeks and give them our best shot.
Travis, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining. We get started with Todd Levo. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, Frank, congratulations. You guys are having a lot of fun now. It got a little ugly out there in the second half. Got a little chippy out there. Was that just kind of what happens in the course of one of these games when it's do or die for another team? And it's all good, though, with everyone?
Yeah, it's always good, man. Emotions is high. Games start kind of getting out of hand at the end. You start – I don't know the feeling of the other team, but I know us personally, getting excited, just trying to close the game out, finish strong, you know what I mean? That's all. You watch it in football all the time when, you planning for these type of things. You planning for a trip to the Super Bowl, so emotions running high, emotions everywhere and stuff like that. But we kept it together enough to make it off the field into the locker room and hold the trophy. So I think that's all that matters.
Go next to Pete Sweeney. Go, Pete.
Hey, Frank, congratulations. Thinking back to the season and just the year, just how satisfying was it with everything on the line here, being able to register the 2 sacks in big spots tonight?
Um, I'm just happy to be able to do everything I can for my team. Honestly, I don't really count numbers and stuff like that, man. I've been successful in this league individually for a long time now. Just doing what I have to do, man. I know how important it is, for this on this tour that we on, man, to get back to this position that we in now. And like I said, I'll sacrifice a lot, man. And just to be able to go out there, man, my coaches put faith and trust in me. Got all the faith in the world with Spags calling plays. And that's all it is with us, man.
We got 2 more. We'll go Sam and then Aaron. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Frank, congrats, man. We talk a lot about just X's and O's and the talent that you guys have. I'm wondering, especially since you've been part of 2 franchises, can you put sort of a measurement on what kind of role just the personality of this team and the personalities within the locker room contribute to what you guys do?
Yeah, I mean, it's not, I don't want to throw no shade on nobody else or, my former team I played for or nothing like that. But it's just, here it's you got guys, you got a group of guys that want to play for the coach and they want to play for each other. You know what I mean? When you're out there and you got to make a sacrifice for the next man, he might not be feeling too well, or he might be a little banged up or something. You understand this. The media, it's the things the media don't really understand that's going on within that brotherhood and that locker room. And it's like sometimes you got to step up and make sacrifices. Sometimes you got to make sacrifices that you probably wouldn't necessarily make. It can be a play call. It can be, a situation. It can be, the way the dynamics of the game is going. You watching the beginning of the game today, it kind of looked shaky in the beginning. Defense, we getting stops. We getting, forcing them to kick field goals and stuff. We get the muff punt, whatever. And it kind of looks shaky. I mean, as it should. It's a championship football game. That's what you want to see. Man, I keep people watching too. So stuff. I don't know if Cole did that on purpose, but it keep people watching. It keep them on the edge of their seats and stuff like that too. So, you know what I mean, man. Little Chiefs football for you. Keep you on the edge of the seats.
We'll last to Aaron Ladd. What, Aaron?
I think we heard a few weeks back Chase Young say that he wants Tom Brady. He wants Tom. You have a message for the GOAT headed into the Super Bowl?
Nah, I ain't got nothing to say to him. I'll see his ass on Sunday in the Super Bowl.
Frank, we appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us, for us.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll start first with Aaron Ladd. Go ahead, Aaron.
Congrats on the win. I think the message from everybody has been, it's a good win. It's glad to be here, but the job's not done yet. How do you kind of stay even keel as you cross off one of the big goals on the bucket list coming into the season?
It's all about team, man. Long as we stay committed to the team, long as we stay committed to our process, continuing to trust our coaches, believe in those guys, everything else will take care of itself. It's not really about, individually how we feel. The only thing that matters at the end of the day is whether you won or lost the game. Obviously, it was a great win for us. Job not done, though. We got one more game to go. And so we'll be ready for it.
Let's go next to Jory Epstein. Go ahead, Jory.
Tyron, obviously, y'all have time to prepare for Tampa, but Brett Veach talked specifically about how your leadership gives him confidence in this defense. What gives you the most confidence about why y'all are ready for Brady and the Bucs?
It's all about preparation. It's all about, the information that you're able to take in and then take it to the field. It's all about understanding and believing in your coaches, all about believing in their plan, the game plan. And then from there, it's all about us going out there, trying to execute that game plan. And, you're not always in the best position. Sometimes, we got to go above the X's and O's to make a play. But, it's all about team. It's all about our coaches.
Go next to Herbie T.O.P. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Tyron, during the week, you had mentioned how dangerous these Bills receivers were, but it seems like there was a concerted effort today to take away Stephon Diggs. What went into the plan to take away Diggs?
Well, I felt like for the most part, we ran our, same defense that we've been running, for the last couple of weeks or so. Obviously, he's a great receiver. So, great receivers require you to double them from time to time. But at the end of the day, I thought Travarius Ward, I thought Rashard Breeland, Rashad Fenton, L'Jarius Sneed, Dan Sorensen was covering wide receivers today. So I kind of, I had a day off in my mind. It's good to see those guys step up, and win their one-on-one matchups. And that's what it's all about, man. It's all about technique. It's all about leverage, and just making the plays that come to you.
We'll take three more. Adam, Nate, and then Vahe. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Tyron, a couple things. First of all, on Pat, he had a lot to overcome this week. When did you know, not that he's just going to play, but that he was going to play as well as he did today? And Brad, I'll have one follow-up as well.
I knew after the last game, when he was in the locker room, and, he had that look in his eye like, don't forget about me. He's a great talent, man. He's a better teammate. He's a better person. Just watching him work throughout the week, he was the same old Pat. He's the same teammate, same leader, moving around, trying to extend plays, even in practice. Then on top of that, he's a gamer. So it doesn't necessarily matter the situation or the circumstances. He tends to rise above all of that.
I'm curious what your realistic expectations were when you signed here. Did you think that you weren't just going to get a shot at a Super Bowl and a championship, but multiple Super Bowls and maybe multiple championships?
I didn't, to be honest, man, obviously, you have big time dreams, you have big time goals. Obviously, it was a great football team before I got here. Obviously, you want to compete for a championship, but the only expectation I had, man, was to come in and, show the guys who I am, day to day. And so it's 2 years later, and, practice, still means the most to me. Game day is just it's fun, but, for me, it's all about practice. It's all about how I prepare and how I get my teammates prepared. So, but I probably say, that was my only expectation, man, was to come in here, work hard, understanding that, we had a great team, a great coaching staff, and a lot of those things take care of themselves.
We'll go last to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Tyron, I know you guys are back-to-back champions and you've won 24 of 25 before today, but was there a sense in the locker room that guys were still motivated by some naysayers out there that were obviously either picking the Bills or weren't confident that you guys had the chance to go back to Super Bowl based on, winning close games instead of, the traditional blowout that you had tonight?
Obviously, man, we live in a social media world and, the TVs are always on. Some places got 30 TVs in one building, so, you hear a lot, you see a lot. I think at the end of the day for us, man, it's all about team. It's all about whether or not we're committed to each other. It's not necessarily about any outside noise. Just looking through the locker room, looking around the locker room, everybody believes in each other. It doesn't matter if it's Pat Mahomes out there or Chad Henne. It doesn't matter if we're throwing a deep ball to Tyreek Hill or, DeMarcus Robinson. I think in everybody's mind, it's our play to make. So, it's just good to have that bond. It's good to have that chemistry, man. I think that's what keeps great teams going, is that commitment to one another.
Tyron, we appreciate your time. Thanks. We'll get started first. We'll start with Vahe Gregorian. Go ahead, Vahe.
Hey, McCole, congratulations. I wonder if you could take us through after the punt return, what you were going through and what Patrick said to you on the sideline, and if that mattered, if that helped you.
I don't know what's going through my head, man. Just, a dumb mistake on my part. Could have been better, but, like Pat, and the other guys, just like, keep your head up. It's a long game. Got a lot of more plays to make, and we're going to need you down the stretch. And that was that.
Go next to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Nicole, congratulations. It seems like the general theme of the team tonight has just been dissatisfaction, just not satisfied yet. A little bit different than last year's AFC title game. Just how much do you feel that is throughout the locker room, that there's just so much more to do in making sure you win 2 weeks from now?
I think this team, I think we just have a goal in mind and we all want to achieve that goal, and no matter what it takes. And I think we just a group of guys that want to be perfect, and strive for their perfection. And no matter how we do it, it's like we could have did that better. You know what I'm saying? We could have did this better. And we left too many plays out there. I think it just, we always try to improve on everything we do. And I think that's what kind of like separates us. And, I think we're going to take that kind of same mentality into 2 weeks from now to the Super Bowl.
Go two more. We'll go Todd and then Herbie. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, McCole, we don't get to be in the locker room with you guys during the week or after the games anymore. Last year, it struck me that you guys were so close and so tight. How has this year been a little bit different with the way you guys have to go about your business doing things? And has that in an odd way maybe even brought you closer together, that you guys have had to endure all this other stuff besides just football?
I don't know. I think with the pandemic and, changing a lot of things, it's more so like it's just – you can't use that as an excuse, if that makes sense. I don't think we used that as an excuse. And I think it actually did bring us together closer because we had to take care of each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, we couldn't go out there and do things we usually do and bring that into the locker room, you know, with everybody and, you know, calling people to miss games and stuff like that. And I think we did a real good job of that this year in protecting each other and, you know, and did bring us together because we all had to be, you know, all locked in and on one page, you know, and I think we did a great job of that, and we're gonna continue to do that going into the Super Bowl. And I think, I think that's how we did things.
We'll go last to Herbie Top. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, McCall, to quickly follow up on Vahe's first question there. You had mentioned that your teammates stuck by you. What did it mean to you that they still called the plays for you, and how gratifying was it for you that you scored that touchdown and had that 50-yard run?
You know, my teammates, I was going, you know, they're gonna be with me. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna keep me up. They're gonna keep me motivated, and, you know what I'm saying, and make sure I don't have my head down. And I was still mentally intact, so, you know, it wasn't that, but it's also good to know the coach, you know, still have confidence in you, to call some plays for you, to make things happen in the game. And, you know, the type of player I am, I'm gonna try to take advantage of the opportunities that I get. And I still got all the more confidence in the world back there returning punt. So I'm still, you know, they still kicking the ball out of bounds even after the muff. You know, they still muffing kicks after the muff. You know, so they tell you they still respect me back there, and I'm just still waiting, you know, for that chance to, you know, to make up for what I did this game. And then, you know, I think going to the Super Bowl is kind of, you know, it's gonna be one of those games like, hey, I'm coming to make a statement. So,
McCall, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us. All right, guys. First with Todd Lebo. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, Anthony, can you just kind of speak to the chippiness that was kind of happening out there during the game and how maybe difficult it was to keep your guys' cool when it got a little crazy out there near the end?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very high emotional game, you know, and I mean, we starting to pull away there, and I mean, they knew we was, you know, finna to win right there. So, I mean, it gets a little chippy at the end. It's chippy throughout the whole game, but, you know, it's just getting more escalated at the end where we knew we was going to win the game. So, I mean, it's part of football. I think we got to do a little better job of controlling our emotions and that at that point, because if it was a close game, it could have cost us no point. So that's just something we're going to correct here going forward and get ready for the Super Bowl.
Let's go next to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hitch, congratulations. I know your job and the rest of the defense's job gets a lot easier when Chris Jones is really playing well. Seems like that was the case tonight. How did you see his game, and how did it help things out for the rest of your defense?
Yeah, I mean, Chris is unstoppable like 90% of the time, man. He's a big, fast, strong, quick, you know, human. There's not too many guys in this league that, you know, can block him or wants to block him for that matter. And from first snap to the last snap, he was going, you know, hard and 110, and that's what we need. It's the playoffs, man. Your best players got to play well, and I think as a team we did that.
I'll go last to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Anthony, 3 seasons in Kansas City. You've gone to 3 AFC title games, 2 Super Bowls. What has this all meant for you, and what's been the importance to you of, you know, coming to Kansas City for your life and your career?
Yeah, I think when I'm done, I look back and you know, reminisce and all that stuff. But right now, I'm just staying in the moment. It's hard to really look back to be like, yeah, 3 this and then chance for 2 rings and things like that. I'm just staying in the moment. Like, all I'm focused on right now is how to get better on this bye week, and then leading up to the week to the game to get a win. And maybe this offseason I'll look back on it and things like that. But to be honest, I'm one of those guys that just stay in the moment. I have to do that. I don't look forward. I don't look back. Good plays or bad plays, or good seasons or bad seasons, and things like that. I feel like that's what helped me get to 7 years and going on 8 next year. Is just staying in the moment, you know, stay in, you know, in that moment, and then try to just do your best, you know, at that time. So yeah, I'll probably look back when I'm done. Right now, my head's down and I'm grinding.
Hitch, we appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you guys.